Welcome back to the 3-Check World Chess Championship 2023. We're at Losers Finals. I don't even know how we got here. It is unbelievable that we only have these two matches left to decide who plays recent Grandmaster VariantsOnly in Grand Finals this year, which will probably be, usually it's at the beginning of the new year, sometime around then. We're just about on schedule. Luke going with his standard c5, the whole skipping out on e6 thing, kind of this specific move order shenanigans. We looked at it last time as Luke beat Poli, right? That was the situation. And what was the move? I think it was knight g5, right? Or is no, it's knight e4 first. Okay, and then knight f g5 is the idea, and it looks like white is going completely right. Yeah, today we get Dutch FM Luuk Baselmans. Great guy. I think he's about 22 or so. Versus candidate master Statham, Cuban. So I don't totally know who Statham is. Ooh, this is an ambitious move. Takes. The queen is going to end the game. White already has one check, so this is really dangerous. A lot of these main lines for black, I'll throw them out in bullet. Ooh, you can go for this? What? That doesn't look right. Ah, because this is a liability. Okay. Yeah, and there are a lot of these queen sack lines, but they're not so much working in 3+2 time controls, just because you're going to be able to build your clock back up. We've seen Statham this whole tournament. His clock will be at like 2 seconds, and the next thing you know, he's completely winning. And the clock is irrelevant. The clock is just built back up with +2. 3+2 time control has served this tournament quite well, I would say, over the last 3 years that I have been covering, at least. Obviously 3-0 would, yeah, there would be too many weird flagging shenanigans, right? So more quality on the time control. Super quality tournament this year. Just a ton of strong players. Just getting better every year. Yeah, and there's been, I think the time control, or the variant overall is gaining some popularity. There have been recent Chess.com qualifiers for a big 3-check tournament over there as well, which is pretty dang cool. Okay, now we're setting up. We're already threatening that second check. Queen on the board. Soon to be threatening a third check. Yeah, just this effort of queen f3. Then the queen just has so many squares to work with. Yeah, you're just up and out right away. And the queen enters the ball game. A lot of times, yeah, you get that first check for white, and without perfect play, yeah, you're just pretty much getting swarmed by that next knight and the queen. So some of these main lines touchy. I think we're gonna see Luke avoid the c5, the whole c5 stuff. Yeah. Okay, bishop b4 is I play queen d2. There's also bishop d2, but bishop d2 gets a little tricky. I like this because you're defending both of these weak points. Yeah, and this is the approach here. This line in the database is like 40% for black, but mind you, a lot of those games are going to be bullet games. And this is one of these lines that black just kind of blasts out. All right, do we get a3 or a3 or h3 first? Yeah, you get h3. I think this is quite fine as well. It goes with bishop c4 and b5. I like, because if you get baited into taking, yeah, you're just kind of activating the rook. These pieces get a little bit of help. b5, big bait move. Yeah, you don't even touch that pawn. I agree. Okay, get rid of this bishop before it can ever really be a factor. This knight on the queen side too, why not? Piece was doing nothing. And black is like getting away with murder here, right? I know you've got the center of the board, these big knights influencing all these good squares, and huge control of g5, which is just typical in a lot of these lines. Activating the queen, okay. Alright, couple minor piece trades. That's what black likes. When we had Trubadi on here, another super strong 3-check player, yeah, he was highlighting the importance of black just trying to trade pieces and be comfortable. Take those pieces off the board, especially the queen. You get those queens off, you're feeling good a lot of the times. Just because the position becomes that much less dangerous. Wow, we've got 7 spectators on the live game as well. I'm not even sure what we have on Twitch, but what's up, everyone? I'll keep my eyes on the chat. F4, okay. Yeah, lively chat already. Got some lurkers in here, so I appreciate all you guys, everybody on YouTube, popping in with the comments or the quick likes or whatever. Always appreciated. And yeah, F4, you're kind of just spoiling coordination here, right? I mean, if you take... You're always threatening here. There's a little bit of... maybe this does check out defending the square. Attacking the queen. Yeah, and this is typically not a good piece for black. And just all of a sudden, some of these lines, you're attacking the good knight. Maybe there's some sort of extra pressure here with this rook, and yeah, you're a little bit overwhelmed without your knights connected here. Possibly overwhelmed. Okay, knight f5 just seemed logical, right? It's the only move that really stood out. Those are moves you don't want to be wasting your time calculating too. Man, I saw that right away. I'm sure Statham was all over that. This guy's a monstrous bullet player. This guy is ridiculous with 0.2 of a second on his clock or something crazy. Especially with this increment. Oh my god, yeah. This is not berserking territory, you know, we're not losing that increment. Like we saw in the Blitz titled arena, which I covered this past weekend. A lot of wacky games where you lose increment when you berserk. In increment games, it's just kind of weird. No shenanigans today. Statham is just, he's making out like a bandit in this line, my god. Something that I'm seeing for white is maybe if there's a capture, you could capture this way. Maybe one of these two moves and hope to god you can pile up on this, maybe activate this knight somehow and crack through somehow here, jeez. Oh, this is another idea, yeah. So do you choose to capture now? Then that would knock out this plan. You wouldn't want to be getting in front of your rook. But I also don't love capturing back this way. It seemed a little bit awkward. Statham, half the clock that Luke has. Just about as good of a position, if not, I don't know, roughly equal. These are good pieces. This piece is not really a factor. This piece also, I mean, you're influencing, but yeah, and you're defending, so this piece is better than this piece. Barring some sort of A-file assault, which is not in the 3-check cards. It's not really how. The way to win 3-check games is not on the queen side. Unless your king is over there. Clocks are ticking, just a simple h6. Obviously there was no bishop takes. Knight was defending. Yeah, we've run into this before. The knight on f5 being a massive piece. I think this is going to be borderline the takeaway from this tournament. Okay, that was forced. There was a knight check incoming. Wasn't really any taking ideas here because you were defending. Ooh, maybe there was here now, though. Tricky stuff. Huge battery. Now you get to take h6. Threatening g7. Check. In between.
Check.
Then take the queen off, right? Oh, no, no. Takes and check. And now you just get to move with check. But then the queen takes. Queen takes, pawn takes, and this is over. Yeah, you're just getting this. That was awesome. That was an absolutely ridiculous ending. What a conversion. We all know how Statham fights on the clock. And psychologically, that's hard to play against. You're like, oh no, this guy's going to find some ridiculous hold. And it looked like he was doing so, but Luuk cracking through there. Whole bishop takes g7. Yeah, with check, and even with the queen defending, you were taking with the pawn, and the queen was sitting there. The queen waiting for the third check. Like when the queen's on the board in some sort of dangerous position to be applying a third check, it's game over real soon. That's why taking the queens off, also just a massive strategy for black, if you can get players to do that. Be very aggressive with the white pieces. VariantsOnly saying he likes to play weaker players more often, just so he can play for fun and not to strain. Yeah, once you have these ratings, I don't have the ratings on the screen here, but these guys are top 10 on the site. Luuk is 2,500 and Statham is 2,400. I will have these games linked in some sort of study, so that'll be below. Yeah, playing at this top level, it takes a lot of brain power. These 3-check games are really sharp. Just extremely sharp. You blunder something small, and the next thing you know, you could be dead lost with black, especially with black. But that adds to the fun. Then you got to be really tricky with the black pieces. Mix things up, kind of what we saw in the first game, where Luuk kind of plays some, there's some c5 lines where you leave out e6. There's some weird move orders you can get tricked up in, but I'm sure Statham was all over that. I think he's been watching these videos. He's been messaging me. Seems like a good guy. He likes the coverage. I appreciate that. But yeah, we're learning from everything. I mean, we're watching all the players in the tournament, so if you're still in, which I'm not, I got knocked out several rounds ago. Yeah, it's just good practice. We're all learning a lot this year. Learned a lot every year, actually, but... Okay, this knight is kind of locked in on g6, huh? Square is actually kind of a problem here. Black with nice control of e5, though, right? These knights. One of them is going to be able to chop. It's going to be this knight, right? Obviously, what I was explaining before, yeah. And then the queen is even lurking. Queen would be defending here, but... Yeah, it's got to be the c6 knight to take. Oh, you are going to give up this check? Okay, I guess with the idea that you're defending... and you're defending on d3. So can this be kicked? Yeah, that was the next question. Then you're gonna... I thought you could have taken the check, right? Now what about takes? Variance Theorist giving some tournament strategy as well. Says that was the case in tournaments, playing at about half strength to start, and then Yeah, if he can win, then just starts playing hard, yeah. And then you check in. And Unholy Crusade says Balls of Steel. Unholy Crusade in the chat, fellow FM, yeah, he plays the winner of this match. So speaking of doing a little bit of intel on who your next opponent is, yep, we've got the person in winners finals just sitting there right now, watching this match, seeing who they're going to play in the next round. Yeah, and this is some bizarre maneuvering. I thought you were able to take the knight, but maybe it just quite didn't work. Yeah, you would actually end up a minor there, huh? So this is really complicated. This is much more sharp than I was thinking. Obviously, white's idea is to take. Queen is defending here, though. Maybe I could take. I don't like closing this file, though. You have such a huge battery here. But jeez, yeah, I think you have to. This knight's under attack. You don't really... Yeah, you can't be hit with this. Your queen's under attack. No, wait, you could take. Yeah, okay. There's problems on the back rank. Black with the monumental hold here. I think black is almost for choice. Can you get this in? So, I mean, I'm scared about these things. Yeah, this, maybe even here. Queen sneaking in this way is concerning. This queen is babysitting g7 too. G7 is the money target for white. Can I even sack? I wonder if, especially with this time, if you find that you're getting mated, yeah, okay, we get e5. Yeah, if you're finding that it's just forced, then yeah, you gotta, you know, sacrifice some material and try to hold that way. It's definitely some strategy. Man, queen would like access to these dark squares. Oh, then this is problems. So this knight has to move? No, because this is then h8. It's gonna be game over. Yeah, white is now winning. Wow, with the queen not being able to access these squares. Okay, a little interference. That's what I like to see, just doing your best. No, because these squares, h8 was a problem, yeah. There's no way to defend it with the queen. Your last resource. The final interference. And then you're thinking, and it's like, no, that one's gone. Throw in the towel. It was possible, but... Okay, we're getting one of these weird kind of computery lines where a human player always takes through, and that exchange ends up being not that bad for white, because black is just behind on development. Check. Yeah, we're going to see something like this. These lines are awkward, and every time I play them, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. But no, they're still... +3, +4 for white. And mind you, white starting, if you're playing e4, yeah, if you're playing e4, then you're starting with close to a minor piece advantage. The engine sees it as like +2 point something, 2.5, 2.8 maybe. Something around there. Oh, man. So the thing here, I guess you're wondering if you could play something like b5, yeah, b6. Because you're ready to castle, I suppose. Bishop d3 looks good. It's probably what I would play. Yeah, okay. h3. I'm basically forced, right? Idea with these lines to take and take. There's some attraction, you know, you're making the king lose castling rights, and you're bringing them out to the second rank. But a lot of those lines are just all for tricks, and they're not very good. Yeah, which leads those lines to being more about preparation than anything. But yeah, we'll get knight h6 here. Probably something like bishop d3 or bishop b5. Wow, they take? Statham, what's the big idea here? You're gonna open the file, huh? He takes and maybe castle this way. Ooh, he takes with that king. That's a spicy, okay. I don't think there will be any games in the database like this, so this is pioneer territory. Can I get something hilarious in like this with queen h5 being here? Sometimes when there's a line, you can like take, get 2 checks with the queen, and then there's like a knight rerouting or the bishop pair securing that 3rd check. And those are lines I learned from Gavity, which is crazy how strong Gavity was. He's just some random kid on Lee Chess, playing at a ridiculous clip. But as we were saying before, yeah, playing at this level, you're playing all the top people all the time. Chicago, like Boris Grachev has been playing. Yeah, there's all these ridiculous GMs and these title players. You don't have to be GM to be one of the dang top players on this site. Luke, yeah, 2,500 the rating. Statham not far behind him. These guys are right up there, just about top 10 players on the site. And on chess.com as well, I saw Statham's profile. He's got a ridiculous rating over there too. Nearly won that last qualifier that Bortnik won. See, I always miss things on chess.com, but I can find them after somehow. Can never find anything over there. It's a perpetual struggle. Alright, black queenside position. Not typically good. Rough clock. I think this is going to be white's kind of free game. Maybe this structure with a5. Nice defensive knight. Maybe that will give you some hope. Okay, now even these ideas. These ideas? Okay, we get this. I like chopping here. I go back. There's always some ideas with queen a6. It seems a little bit weird, but another one of these attraction moves. Where especially with a rook here. And I guess it doesn't quite work without that first check. But yeah, these queen a6 checks. Where something like this is actually an idea, which I learned from the engine. I won't lie. Looking at a game, and in the game that I was playing, I had thought it might have been an idea, but it wasn't something that I was believing in. And of course, the engine, you know, if engines were playing this, these games would be real quick. The engine would be dominating with white. Will we get a ridiculous queen a6, or do we just get check? Takes, maybe here, this, here. Oh no, this is rough. I don't like putting the king here, yeah. Bring the bishop back. Prophylaxis. Threatening a check. This needs to be addressed. Ooh, the idea was bishop takes b6, okay.
Check.
Yeah, no, this is game over. The square is supported. I don't even think you can, yeah, can't even. Okay, 2-2. Man, this is looking like an Armageddon special. You know both these guys want to play variants only. Done all the work to get this far. This is losers round 11. Losers finals. AKA, if you're not familiar with these video game style bracket tournaments, this is the last match in the lower bracket. So when you lose in the first bracket, you're not out. It's a double elimination tournament. Okay, this is a good line for black. So yeah, then you're playing for your tournament life, which I've heard those commentators describe as you kind of get these like a bracket of death where you're playing all the top, you know, you get a good tournament So you know people are gonna lose, and then yeah, you end up in the losers bracket playing like all the best people playing for their tournament life. So you know they're gonna be playing their top game. Only adding to the spiciness of this match, yeah. Just think about it that way. And E4 is always... Can I just play it now? Maybe he's thinking this. Yes. Okay. Love it. I mean, there's just a lot of tension here. Obviously, there would be no takes back with the knight. So can I, like, take in this? Do I just... Can't really even get... Yeah, you can't play G3. I wonder if there's going to be just taking... Takes King H1, something like that. I mean, there's so much tension here. This check, no good. Don't want to be opening a file for black. Typically no good. I've seen dumber stuff work, but not in this type of match. Okay, King H1. Yeah, we got D takes E4. He took with a pawn. He didn't take with the knight. No, there's no queen sack here, right? Is he thinking this? I guess you do have to consider, right? Because this should just be pretty much blasted out. Then I'm a little bit scared of 95 myself. Wow, he does sack the queen. Okay, this is a content-worthy round. Is there going to be some weird in-betweener? Or not just an immediate recapture, of course. Or yeah, could you even take here just to mess with the structure of black's camp? Yeah. Because if takes, this is hitting with tempo. That's really sharp. And look at this imbalance. You've got a queen and a check versus 2 minor pieces and 2 pawns. And look at these bishops. I got knights. This knight is not great. I got rooks coming into the ball game. I got a passer. What more could I ask for? Okay, I do like this. Obviously black is, yeah, able to retain the bishop. Okay, you are going to be grabbing some more material here. Could I even sack back? Or just take? Queen B8. Being looked at by Unholy. Some idea of taking... Takes, ball game. Black's already working with the check. Oh no, there would be E takes F6. No, this would work, right? Oh no, yeah, because you're taking the knight. The knight's not there to deliver. Yeah. One of these wacky lines, yeah, the next thing you know, you're calculating some completely bizarre position. There's all these weird in-between moves possible. There's all this extra tension. There's a bazillion pieces that are confusing. Clock is not really all there. We're dwindling down here, white, with only just about 10 seconds left. That was a quiet move, but probably a strong one, actually. Yeah, getting out of the way of something like this. Check this, and if this was hitting with tempo, if that was hitting with check, yeah, it would be game over. Oh, scary business. I wonder if the queen will be sacked back here. Okay, you're finally scooping this pawn, but now f6 is very weak. Ah. Oh, the in-betweener. Yeah, you don't take back. Bishop falls. Bishop is falling. Now you've got 3 minor pieces. Did you want to get this in first? No, because this is never hitting. This knight is here to stay. I wonder if you have to activate, like, yeah. Oh, there was no taking because the back rank was so weak. And the back rank is still really weak. And the back rank has imploded. Wow. Yeah, there's all sorts of taking through. Variance Theorist says Pog. Yeah, 3-2 Luke with the white pieces now. Maybe this is the swing in the match here. Okay, nice and pretty early f5. Looks fairly comfortable. Looks like one of these last lines that Black played, though. Which we just saw grinded out, and White gave up a check early, and yeah, you're not even getting that in this line. Of course, there was no taking here, so it'd be taking in between with check. Okay, so a mix-up, of course. It's what you do when, yeah, if that position went the way it did last time, you don't want to just go right into that. Well, this looks actually fairly comfortable. I mean, White is obviously much better, but Black is just looking to get out of the opening without getting their absolute position ripped open by, yeah, some sort of light square complex. So g6 forced. These squares are so weak. Ah, okay. And you're just gonna go uncastled. Or f8. Where am I going? Probably d8, right? I don't really like being in the center of the board, yeah. It's rough either way. Whoa, you're giving up two checks for the open file. Okay, that's dangerous. I like it. This is not something you see a lot after the check has been delivered. There's gotta be a sack, right? You can choose to play d5 first. Just break the position open. Obviously, there's no taking. Queen would be taking back with check. White has a check already. But these ideas, yeah, White did not look like they wanted to go into that at all. Just too much play. Creating play for Black. For what reason? Can you play c4 here or something? This pawn's a little weak. Can't really play this. Yeah, you just play c4. Okay. Perhaps... Where's my bishop going? Taking doesn't seem right. Taking doesn't seem right. Bishop c6. Okay, another weird intermezzo. You're just inviting this now? Takes. Still no takes. That seems iffy. Oh, man. Yeah, White's got to be better here, but how do you convert? White would like to play this, but the queen is actually pretty strong sitting on this diagonal. And you're never going to h1, which makes this move make some more sense. Yeah, the pressure is there. And this knight coming in. Oh, the knight coming in takes And then you could open the file with check. Oh man, this position is absolutely bananas. Okay, we got bishop takes g5. Queen takes g5, yeah, and if you took, there could have been... Oh, well, yeah, there are weaknesses here anyways, okay. And after all that, it's just a check for a minor piece. And a pawn, I guess. Rooks can be a little clumsy. Was 13 bishop f3 possible? Bishop f3. Oh, something like this? Or is he saying with the other side? I'm not even quite sure. Tense position regardless. Okay, we have not made any moves. We've got clumsy rooks trying to activate. This knight has to activate so this rook doesn't hang. Or just c6, okay. Can we go this way? I suppose. This looks actually interesting as well, because if you played queen d3, it ruled this out. Yeah, now you're defending this way. Choose to pile up. Maybe there will be some weakness here. Yeah. c6 has now become a liability. And how do you even develop? Like, now you gotta go like this? Or something really weird. This has become a problem. Yeah, just to highlight that again, yeah, you could just take right through, and this would actually be a fork. Not to completely lose the game with a second check and then a third check incoming. No, you don't take this queen. You cannot take this queen. Can I even take? Yeah. I can take. I think that was working. But too dangerous of a position here. Why would you play that? You're up this much time. No, you can't trade queens. There's no trading of queens. If you're white, then you're just losing. This rook being here is a little odd. Yeah, this is too tough to play. Even as Statham with 1 second, you're absolutely absurd. Oh my god, if he gets here and has a threat, I'm gonna lose my mind. If Black wins this game, holds this match, ties this match back up. I mean, this is a huge spot here, people. Oh, this also, when the rook was here, it looked very strong. Just being able to take through. Okay, this is obviously the idea, this or this. What? What?
Check.
You gotta give up the queen now. Now Black is just one. Wow. This Statham guy is it's insane. And castles on move, 32. That's absurd. That's game over. That's absurd. Oh, I'm sure Luke is not thrilled with that. I would be tilted. Variants Theor says too strong. I know in these positions Statham is he's so fast. Well, that was crazy. Okay, 3-3. And it's looking that much more like Armageddon. Okay, one of these weird lines with bishop c5, yeah. You just get hit with d4 right away. Takes bishop c4, castles, and this is better for white now. And one of these lines, we got like the c6 line, we got bishop d6, and then you got castled, and that was all nice for black, but this line is slightly different, and you can even just afford to sack a knight. Yeah, I like sacrificing everything, quite frankly. Goes in for d5. Challenge the center. What do? Can't really even play this, right? I guess you could. It's definitely a try. Yeah, this pressure is no good. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Takes. Don't even want to force the queens off. Obviously, yeah. That's one thing with white now, that you sack the minor piece. You got to keep the queen on. So there can be some weird play. If black gets the queen off here, black is winning. Variance Theorist was liking taking on b2 at some point in there. Yeah, that was some idea. You know, we're not engines. We're playing an honest 3-check. And a lot of things can go wrong. Like we saw in the last game, I'm still reeling for my boy Luke here. And Statham, like I said, I think Statham's a pretty good character as well. He's actually the last person we put in this tournament. We did a bracket, a small bracket reset to add him and maybe a couple other people just to make the tournament as big as possible, yeah. Put in a lot of work this year just messaging a bazillion people, like the Chess Strawberry guy. Yeah, people that probably wouldn't have joined. We ended up with, I don't know, handful of GMs. Got an FM versus CM here in losers finals. It'll be at least this. If not, if Luke wins, it'll be FM versus FM in winners finals, and then whoever versus VariantsOnly, who, as we've said, is a recent GM. So taking this tournament to wild new places, people. Alright, some ideas here. Obviously, I mean, you're threatening 2 checks. Maybe a knight can get up. Like if there was some idea like this, you're actually defending the checking square from the queen with the knight here. Be threatening another check. King could always squeeze away. So do I need something like this involved? Ooh, maybe a back rank issue? Ooh, takes. This, I'm threatening a check. I'm threatening the queen. Okay, doesn't go this route. Just gets in this right away. So what about... Obviously, if there's taking, your queen would be hanging. So this is a really devious move. And then if takes...
Check.
Yeah, then you gotta play... Oh, no!
Check.
Whoa! Okay, a quick win with black. Whoa. Yeah, that ended up being too easy. That was like played too quickly or something? I don't even know. Hey, and we get b6. b6, e6. Just bishop b7 first. Yeah, you can get in d4. There's some lines where this can even be forced off. Like there's a immediate a6. Yeah, these Owen defense lines. Speaking of VariantsOnly, yeah, plays this type of way. b6 and e6 is what we saw. That and c6 are his weapons of choice. Tell me he's not debating e5 here, something ridiculous. You can't be blowing your position up. Like, you gotta be managing your tentative light squares. Yeah, e6, I'm surprised it took that much time there. for Statham to blast that one out. Maybe he's recalibrating. He was moving too fast there on the last game. Yeah, just moving too quickly or something. I'm not sure. Okay, can you do one of these weird engine-y things? Give up a check? Okay, we're gonna get it. It's crazy how you can learn from the engines in these variants. Just does not look like a human move. I think database would have these moves defending the check pretty much 90% of the time or so. No reason to give up the check, but alright. Yeah, and then Serrated says, huh, in the chat. It's a pretty engine-y idea. Okay, we're gonna get E5, F5. F5 takes on Baselmans. Position blows up. Threatening checks. You'd be threatening checks. So does G6 or Knight F5 need to be played? G6 I don't like. Oh, okay, or Knight G6, yeah. Now you're... Do you run to H4? No, okay. You could take, wow, okay. Black finding a way. Variantsonly says Statham isn't taking free checks from strangers, yeah. These good players, you see a free check and you gotta wonder how free it is. Alright, obviously some threat. No, I'm taking... What is this? What is F5 now? Take... What does black even play? Variantsonly says this is a must-win for black. Yeah, because if Luuk secures the win with white here, it's 5-3, and we're sitting on match point. So this is a very big F5. He says not very realistic though. Yeah, I agree. This is a loss for black. Knight takes H7 is going to be a game ender here. Knight takes H7. Oh, he takes here first. Okay. I mean, you're still threatening it. Now you're threatening, obviously, to check. So you take with the queen. Now is there some sort of... See, seems bizarre because now you can, I don't know, sack a knight. No, it's still lost. Yeah, you take with the queen, right? Or I suppose, yeah, taking with the bishop too. The queen isn't even forced off. Position's blown up. Yeah, this is like a mate in 4. Okay, activate another position, or another piece into your position. Maybe hope for something. This. Then you can play bishop g6, threaten a check. King can't even move because you're threatening a check. This is game over. Yeah. Gotta go check, takes, yeah, just a depressing position. I know that one fell apart really quickly. Yeah, h7 was such a weakness, and he didn't even have to play around it. There were a few moves in between, even plot the queen right there. onto h5, and yeah, the queen getting into your position like that, having huge light square targets to work with, very active position. I mean, it was history. Okay, this looks decent for black. And if black wins, yeah, we're on match point here. So even if black could get a draw, it would be a win for black. Yeah, 5.5 out of 10, best of 10. It did list it right there. Tried to mix up the scene a little bit today. Hope you guys are liking how everything looks. Yeah, series has come a long way. Last couple videos in this one, and we'll be on to next year. I'll likely do less. Like, I'll probably keep the YouTube stuff to just these top matches. Yeah, losers finals, winners finals, grand finals. It's enough. It's enough content. The best matches of the tournament and all that too. Yeah. Okay, f7, a little bit weak. With once again a queen eyeing up h5. So can I just play this? Maybe castle. Knight e7, or queen e7, I mean. There's knight takes e4, yeah, and you're threatening to reroute. Rerouting with the checking idea, and then the queen would have to move. So rather than moving your queen around, yeah, I'll just sack here and try to get out of dodge. Just does not look good for black, though, I must say. Bishop e7 instead of knight bd7 may be more accurate. Yeah.
Check.
Yeah, knight bd7 seems a bit slow. Yeah, and then there's going to be this. Is it going to be f3 or f4? Okay, immediate threat right away. Queen takes, king takes, bishop delivering in third check. How do we defend? Like kind of activating your queen. Bring your queen to f8 maybe. Black just resigns. Okay, yeah, position is dead. Oh yeah, but bringing your queen there wasn't even working. Yep. Okay. It was some force win, yeah. Turning 2 checks. I didn't even need f3 or f4. Yeah, so super strong queen. The queen is such a strong piece in chess, in standard, and it's even more so in 3 check. I think the queen is yeah, I know there's different like weights and variants for the pieces, but yeah, the queen's got to be, I don't know, closer to 10. Maybe even more in some of these positions, yeah, especially nice active queen. 1 check on the board, that queen is invaluable. That queen is just an infinitely priced piece. Okay, h4. In this line, I've played g3 before, and you get hit with h5. No, bishop d6, or bishop d3, excuse me, what? I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's see how much theory Statham knows. I mean, this is looking really good for him. Yeah, why? Why allow that? And there's always some idea to overwhelm this knight. Obviously, you can't take because queen is coming in with a 2nd check, soon to be a 3rd check. Yeah, there's always some idea to overwhelm this knight. This is your money pawn here, though. This is saving you from, you know, takes, and then this queen following up and ending the game. So the center of the board is is your claim to fame here. This is what's gonna hold you. It's what's gonna make you or break you, pretty much. Either f5 or b6. f5 some idea. This being an idea now. Knight moving, obviously there's some checking ideas. Probably doesn't work though, actually, yeah. Second this knight moves, this knight is moving in. Black only has 2 real pieces, so yeah, Variantsonly is liking knight g5 or just g3. Okay, yeah, g3. If you push this bishop back to e7, this queen is just at home. Now black only has 1 real piece. Yeah, and then at some point there's going to be some d5 idea. Bishop needs to stay home. Otherwise b6 would be like some attacking idea. Oh man. Match point. White pieces. Up a piece. This is looking more than good for white here. For Luuk, for the FM. I'm seeing visions of an FM versus FM winners finals. Any of these guys are very much capable of taking on VariantsOnly. At this point, I'm convinced. But I think Luuk deserves another shot at the champ. If you guys caught the grand finals from last year, it's the best match we've ever covered. Had a couple of guest hosts on for that one. Definitely having some guests on for these next matches, yeah. Grand finals, we'll see if we can do something special. Okay. Queen finally getting out of queen jail here, especially after the bishop had to go back. Just all these pieces not doing a whole lot. This knight not really being... This knight's your best piece and it's not doing a ton. This bishop is never able to capture here. There's just going to be too much pressure. All these pieces. The last thing you need is an open H-file. Okay, come in. Which way am I coming in? Now this knight can move at least. Save your camp. And b5, huh? Queen h5, what is he seeing? Yeah, why is he playing b? Yeah. Oh, I guess this would have hit with tempo. Yeah, and you're getting kicked back anyways. And finally d5, that was mentioned ages ago by Variants Theorist, yeah. Sometimes the most winning positions are the hardest to play, because you know you're winning and it should be over, but you gotta convert. Sometimes it's not so easy. Clock ticking down. Now queen h5. Oh yeah, baby. How does Statham get these positions, man? Oh, this is insane. Oh, there's checking ideas here. King e1 forced. No dark square bishop for black, though, so you're feeling more comfortable on this square. How are one of these rooks going to activate? This queen is not so fast right now. It's going to be the queen that has to get this done. Let's get c5, pressure the clock. And quick queen d2. It'd be great if you could just castle, but Not only have you lost castling rights, castling would actually lose here. Okay, this is the threat. Look at this piece play. Statham can't even take a draw here. Oh, he gave up the chat. No! Whoa! Armageddon! We get Armageddon! Hell yes, what up?
Check.
Wait, why did Luke go back to this C5 stuff? It's slightly better than the line he got in the first game, but why did we go back to this? This one's pretty much set in stone that a lot of these lines with C5 first, yeah, don't totally work. Yeah, this is lost. This is gonna be one of these sacking lines. Okay, what you're baiting white into is just castling really quick. And then maybe you're thinking, hey, I'm getting this back with check, but no, the game would be over, so. Crusades King D1. Yeah, there are some, isn't there some line like this where King D1 and Rook E1? And then even if there's like, yeah, I think there is, yep. Because I've played this before, and I'll play these lines with black just to get 2 checks. I'll give up the queen. Yeah, and King D1 is found. Okay, so white's gonna win this game. White's gonna win this game. Is this 1-0? No, 3+2, Liam Cleary. Hey, what's up? And Slim in here. Sorry, I'm slacking on the chat a little bit. It slowed down, and then I was trying to just completely focus as these games get even spicier. Goose up in here, what up? How you guys doing? I hope everything looks good today. One day again, Ilias. Just subscribe on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. I've been putting all the work in on YouTube. And hopefully someday soon I can be able to monetize over there too and all that, but I need you guys in the comments and the likes. Yeah, sometimes my videos get swept right under, especially with I'm fighting for those first 1,000 subs, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, obviously this wasn't quite there because you were coming in with check, but yeah, now you have to be defending checks. These positions are bad. Hey, Liam with the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, mostly just farming for YouTube content over here. It's pretty much the deal for the last handful of years. It's been working out for the most part, yeah. It's much better to do live content here than just not being live or being, you know, on YouTube or something. Okay, this is game over. You can't even move. Oh, or is there maybe some way to hold here? If black holds this position, I'm gonna lose my mind. Be a bigger Luke fan than I even was. He's a really strong player. Good guy. If he holds this position, though, that would be legendary. Quite frankly. Okay, you can sack this pawn? Yeah, there's gonna be some weird in between. The square is too weak. Probably can't even move, right? Okay, I guess it's forced. How about just takes? I reroute threatening a check. You're moving. Yeah, and then I'm gonna have probably some dark squares to work with. Whoa, this is pinned. Okay. Yeah, this was...
Check.
King F7? My god. These are the most frustrating games to play, because the second that you see King F7, you're thinking, my god, there can't be a hold here, right? Whoa, what about check with this threat? Oh, there's a threat here, though. Okay. Alright, you give up the check. King C1.
Check.
How do I save my king? Is King G6 forced? King G6. Somehow activate my bishop and like bait you into this. Hope I can activate a rook. The fact that black is alive is insane. Yeah, King G6 is forced. Bad opening choice by black. Yeah, I agree. This was not the play. No, that just comes with check. Yeah, that's... Well, it had fallen apart. Okay, okay. And the opening choice was not ideal. And now this is a must-win game. You gotta win 2 games in a row. Yeah, we're just about 70 minutes into this one. It's been a long match. Okay, what is this? We're gonna get something like H4? Queen D2 obviously would be the other move, which I don't love. This is probably the database move. This is probably the engine move. Engine loves these. Early rook lifts. Queenside castling. Not so easy to play yourself. Okay, the knight moves right away. Discovering this open light square complex. This is definitely the early problems with F5. Sometimes there's even taking on E6, and then this diagonal. Yeah, the light squares get eaten up really quick. And just G6. Once again, the engine hates these moves. Find this structure very compromised. But it's not always so easy to deal with. You might be able to get away with something here, yeah. How do I just develop? This once again looks like black's getting away with something here. And maybe there's some nerves. Because a must-win game, you're starting with black in the Armageddon, that's a little bit rough, because yeah, starting with that worst position, maybe you play some not great line, the next thing you know you're losing pretty quickly, and then you're like, oh crap, now I gotta win with white. And even though you're white, you're thinking about it a little more. Okay, bishop takes, you're choosing the knights in this position here. This knight's tied down, there'd be checks if the knight was ever to move. Just taking everything off. There can't be check here because you're taking on the open file, or opening the file. It's still same idea. So I think we're gonna get this. No, not right away. You would need H4 in there. Yeah, you gotta castle one way or the other. This tension in the center is... Oh no, maybe just Queen T3 first. Queen d3 and then maybe king b8 or king b7. Yeah, then this center's opening. Okay, so you just take the center. Maybe there's some idea like this. Or like this. Okay, we do get king b7. It's doing a better job of guarding this, but now castling this way, ripping the A file open here. Is this also to be considered? Okay, safety first, kingside castle. What about queen takes c6? Yeah, queen taking on c6. Takes, there was check. That looks possible. It didn't look ideal, but these attraction moves, king ends up being in the center, then these pawns end up being potential checking pieces. And then a knight is always, you know, there's always going to be some shenanigans with the knight. And you could take a draw, right? I think you can draw and just bracket reset, because in Armageddon you have to get 2 wins in a row. Whoa, how about takes, and then there was these ideas. Oh, now still taking. Maybe knight d5. Rook up and over. Okay, is this knight gonna be forced, or the queens are forced off? Okay. Now this knight has to be dealt with. Knight takes. Ah, okay. Take and take. Sack the minor piece. Should be able to get it done with the rooks. Okay, this does fall though. And is this the position that black is gonna win? Oh man, Statham, you madman. Luke, lower on the clock. F3. Whoa, what was that? Oh no, that was a huge blunder. The clock is no good. Can't even play this. These pawns are gonna run. Okay. You gotta get that clock going. Absolute thriller of a position. I'm pretty much on the edge of my seat right now. Okay, do you close things up? This now? This? Oh! Now you're in. Okay, some ideas? Because you can't take, I don't think. Okay, you're going through. Attack a rook. This falls, maybe? But there's checking ideas. Okay, interference. Pawn's running. Outside passer. Take your check. There are ideas, and now you can just queen. I'm out of words here, people. Absolutely the most ridiculous match we've seen all year. I need the heart rate monitor too, man. This is exhilarating, to say the least. Bishop c4? Are we getting one of these weird Caro-Khans but without developing the bishop first. And typically for black, this is not so good because this is just such a bad piece that, yeah, some of these more active lines, like playing b6 right away, trying to get rid of a bad piece first, can go a bit awry with how weak you are on the king side, so. But changing your lines, yeah, that's very important with these big matches, is you can't just be playing these certain lines. If you're going to go into a losing line with black, you might as well just resign the match. Gotta be mixing it up. Yeah, we can't know everything, so a lot of us know a lot of the theory, but most of us don't know all of the theory. And quite frankly, nobody knows all the theory. It's one of these variants. It's not as theory heavy as Crazy House, but there's enough activity for black to still win. We saw it last year in grand finals. How many Armageddons did we see? I think it was at least a handful. Yeah, it was something like, it was a 20-game match, and then there were, I think, 2 or 3 Armageddons. So yeah, it was like a 26-game match. Gotta be having multiple weapons, especially with the black pieces. Okay, taking here just activates this piece. This pawn being here is a problem for white. But also, these pieces are slow to activate. So yeah, maybe I can go for e5, lock down the center. And then something like d5. Try to get my bad pieces into this game. Yeah, locking down the center here, it seems counterintuitive to take your pawns off of light squares. You're just not in any trouble here. So I think black might not be per choice, but it's at least equal, which is all black can hope for. Okay, another one of these king to the second ranks ideas. This was also possible. Was this even a move? Obviously there would have been no takes. And now something like these ideas, you're kind of activating, yeah, so maybe even c6? I think you could sack here. Oh no, we do get knight f4 right away. Take with check, game over. This king is too exposed. Yeah, now this pawn is really weak. Okay, we see that addressed. Man, if this bishop was a little more active, and there was like takes, and maybe the bishop was coming back, this pawn on e5 is actually kind of killing that idea. And how to activate? Where does this knight go? Somehow gets in? Somehow just move and let your rooks in, or just completely ignore that and use the pieces on this side of the board? Maybe you'd somehow wait for this position to open up. But why do it yourself? Yeah, no need to give the other side any play. Okay, I'd imagine knight takes, right? Queen takes. Oh, no, you can't take. Okay. So queen takes is possible. But why let the queens off the board? We're at 6-6 here, people. We're in the Armageddon section. After those first 10 games, tied at 5-5, you have to win 2 games in a row. So we could be here for a while. We're not quite sure. We're never quite so sure how long these matches will go for, but however long it is, I'm here for it. Okay, you take on h5. You gotta take this knight at some point, right? I don't think you want to come back around. Ooh, this is... Yeah, there were too much activity there for white. You gotta take the queens off. You're up a pawn, but now the queens are off. Clocks are dwindling down. Will black be able to secure a win in this Armageddon? Okay, just harass a rook. When in doubt, harass a rook. The structure here for black is just impeccable. So it looks like a classical game. I do not like chopping here. Oh no, really? Okay, because king f7 and you can just defend with the rook. King f7. Whoa, goes to g5. Can't you take with check? Oh, takes, and then there's a threat. Wow, so you give up that check. You gotta keep the tension here, right? You can't even take and take. This king can never come over. Takes, you gotta take this way. Oh no. Black's lost here. Position and clock. King e8. As the clock nearly expired. Oh, that's a huge resource. Are you serious? That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Okay. And can white win 4 consecutive Armageddon games? Or will we see Statham win? Moving quick now, we're going right back into this. Yeah, bishop d3. This must have been looked at. I'm playing h4 there all day. Pretty sure the engine is too. Hey, bishop's up in here. The score is 7-6. Yeah, here, let me should have gotten rid of this. Took me forever to put this text up. It didn't end up doing anything anyways. Except get rid of that. Moved everything around and yeah, how does the scene look today? Wanted everything to look especially good. Big board, big clock. Get the chat there, get the second camera. Do everything we can to make it look as good as it can for YouTube, I guess, yeah. For our viewers. On Twitch too, I guess, yeah. All you guys in the live audience. Yeah, we've had a bunch of people here today. Appreciate all you guys. Sorry I have not been so active in the chat. Trying to read the game chat, trying to read this chat, and yeah, I wasn't feeling so hot earlier. I'm just glad that I was up and ready to go for this one. Yeah, it's a rough morning. Hey, good, Slim. Yeah, and once again, we get a similar line. You're up the minor. For the check, queenside castle. Typically no good, though. For black. Could I even give this right away? Something like this. Nope, you just want to bust this open. Okay, we got a5 again. And this is when I said it looked relatively holdable. Yeah, before this position gets ripped open. These ideas check. takes, and then this would be on a half open file. Be taking with check. Okay, so there are ideas here. Yep. Do I take a check first? There's going to be some interesting move order here. This. Here. Maybe you could even take... Or do I play rook c3 first? And king b8, and what do I do? Take... Whoa, you play rook b3? With some idea of this. Maybe taking here? Takes. This queen needs to be activated. Typically I would have liked it on light squares, but... Rook b3, interesting find. Okay, am I chopping? Nope. Queen to a light square. Made sense. Yeah, Unholy was liking, pointed out g4 at some point, just kind of locks the position down. King sitting on f1, you don't want this position to open up. Blockade this pawn. Somehow look to rip this open, maybe even takes. Something like this. This pawn's a little weak. It's actually kind of annoying though. And no, this knight's not even, there's no real way to overwork this piece. I was thinking maybe takes and that queen could clip through here, but it's not really working. That's a dangerous move. There's really no way for the knight to come back and defend either. So if there's takes, check, takes, check, you go back. And then something like bishop c8 with the idea of the queen squeezing into a6 is going to be brutal. Okay, overworking this knight. Is there some way to squeeze in with a check first? What? Statham with 10 seconds in the black pieces. Can he advance to winners finals? I'm borderline starting to believe this position looked miserable for black, but all you need is a really confusing position, and the next thing you know, you can be winning. Crazy things can happen. This is the freaking 3-check Catalina wine mixer for all I'm concerned. Yeah, the problem with taking, there's check. And if I take this way, there's f3. Queen would have to move, and then queen f4. So can I get a queen sack here? Luke is gonna consider it. Okay. Oh, but you have to take back. This comes with check. There's no in between here. You gotta take. Or take. But probably take. Take with our king? Okay, you're threatening. You can open the file. Oh no, this is so dangerous. Can I take the check? No, you take first. Check. Attack the knight. Attack this knight. You go here. I have this. The piece play has got to be immaculate here. This is absolutely the most bizarre position. I thought last game might have set the record, but yeah, the piece play is going to be incredibly important. Can I take? Oh, you gotta get a move.
Check.
Oh, you're full. The game over. A4 is hanging. And in one of these ridiculous positions, yeah, you gotta think that these light square complexes, these diagonals might open up. The queen versus an army, an outside passer. This has got to be winning for white, but this small move c5 is gonna bring it home for the candidate master from Cuba. And great games. I hate to see Luuk go out of the tournament like that. I've said it about a lot of these people who have dropped, but yeah, such a strong player, such a valiant effort this year. He would have deserved that one, but Statham is just so strong and so fast with that much clock. Yeah, you're liking Luuk as well. But Statham, a fresh face, a super dynamic player, just an incredible match.